Hi, welcome back to EPCC Talks. I am Dr. Amber Archuleta-Lucero. This is our part 2 with El Paso Threat. We want to hear now another guest that's joining us to talk a little bit more in detail in terms of the skill set, what Andrea brings to the table, what her journey has been. So let me formally welcome to the second part of this conversation, Andrea Bustillos.
Thank you.
Yeah. Can you tell us a little bit about your background, who you are, born and raised in El Paso, anything, those little details? Tell me a little bit about you.
Yes, so I was born and raised in El Paso. I started cheer when I was about 5, like Amanda. I started the Little League football teams and then school cheer, middle school cheer, all-star cheer, so cheer my whole life. And I started my special education journey my junior year of high school. I joined a club called PALS where we would like mentor the students and like make lesson plans for them and take them on field trips and all of that. And ever since then I fell in love with special education. Yeah. So that's what I decided to study at UTEP. I'm at UTEP now. And I got certified for special education last November.
How did that feel when you get that?
Oh my gosh, it felt
Andrea, I'm just thinking, looking at your face, like, man, that was the day.
Yes, like 100 pounds lifted off my shoulder because I had been studying for that test for a minute now. And I'm currently in my second semester of student teaching residency at Northrop Elementary, and I'm working with nonverbal autistic students, 4th and 5th grade.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then Jacob knew that I was certified in special education, and I was already coaching the general ed cheer team, and then Jacob knew that I was in special education, so he asked me to help him.
You already knew.
Yes.
You already knew. I was like, come be with me.
He had been telling me, I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you.
It was, but what a incredible fit. Mm-hmm. You know what you were doing prior.
Yes.
Now you got this certification. Yes. You're actually in it, and then here actually just moving through life. Yep. Doing the thing that you were trained in.
Yes, it just both of my worlds collided, and I thought it was just like the perfect opportunity.
I know. That is just a just really magical story. So let's talk about kind of what happens, your role in El Paso Threat. What do you feel that is important? What's a typical day like? And then how do you walk away from such an incredible? I would think every day is an incredible experience, but how do you walk away from that, and then what does that feel like?
Every day, every practice, I feel good, like a good person, just because me and Jacob have the patience to work with these kids, because these kids, they require a lot of patience, a lot of attention, a lot of love, because for some reason they like feel your energy.
I know.
And if you don't have that energy, they can sense they know, then they just don't trust, and they've been able to trust me and Jacob, and we've been able to build that trust throughout this season, and especially with the one that they had been talking about before, where she started at the lobby and then inside the gym and now on the mat and now all of her teammates and all of that. Progress. So it's just the progress, and I kept telling Jacob that she's gonna get there. It's just gonna take a long time, but she's gonna get there now.
She did it fast.
She did it really fast. It was just the patience that we implemented in her, and the consistency, the routine is very, very important with these kids.
Yeah, I think too, when you're in a place that you're supposed to be, both of you all, I mean, just it just feels right. I mean, it's not like work.
No,
it just is, right?
Yes.
When you started getting into this, when you thought about getting into special ed as a career, what were some things that you were looking out at besides education, or was special ed always the focus?
Special ed was always a focus. Well, I did throughout my UTEP years. I was a tutor for middle school and some of elementary, but for general ed. So I was able to connect with that age range like throughout those 6 years. And I did think about general education, and then I got a position to work in the classroom that I'm in now, and I just saw the environment. And I was like, okay, no,
this is it.
Yeah, this is where I belong.
You know, huh?
Yes.
Sometimes you just know. There's like you're not even questioning or asking. Do you think I should? No, you just know.
I just knew that that's where I belong, and I knew that that's where I discovered that I have the patience for it. And so I would want to use that to my advantage, to use that patience and to help these kind of students that need all of that.
What are you learning along the way about yourself and about your athletes and about Jacob, the team? What are you learning?
The communication. The communication is key, and the consistency. Like when they were talking about, like when they check up on the time and they keep keeping in check. It's because of the routine and the consistency that we've built with them. They're used to like, hey, like this is off. Like you need to stay on schedule that you've built with us, and I think that's really important. And the consistency and just the relationship building with the parents and the teammates themselves, because when they see us work with the parents and talk with them, they realize, oh, well, like my mom and dad are talking to them. So I think like I should be able to trust them too. I have that trust with them too.
Yeah.
So I think
those are just the little details,
the
huh?
very
We
little
don't, we
details,
don't, I mean, oh, you just go into conversation, but you know, the socialization, right? You're viewing
skills.
something and then you're kind of mimicking that. I think that's incredible, the progress to see that. And let me refer to Rocio here.
Yeah, so I guess my question would be, since you have, I think, extensive experience working with children with different abilities, what would you feel is something that's a misconception that we don't quite understand not working with youth like that? Like, what do you feel is like a myth?
That they don't have the ability to do anything that general ed students do. Like I've told Jacob that we put on their little welcome sign, we put see the ability, not the disability. And what I always tell the students that understand that it's just extra steps that you need to take to get to the goal.
Right.
And as long as we guide you to those extra steps, you're going to be okay. Because a lot of, I guess, myths, like you said, that is that they're not able to just because they're just set back just a little bit. They just have a little bit of disability, but just as long as you keep working with them and never quit on them, I think that's what eliminates the myth.
Right. And do you think the cheer activity helps dispelling those myths?
Yes, because they all of them cooperate with us so well, and the routine that we've made for them, they're doing so good in it. And yeah, they've picked up on it really fast, really fast.
Fast learners.
Yes.
Jacob, when you created this team, I mean, it just seems, first of all, and I'm just a spectator here, so of course no expertise, but you're a warm soul. I mean, it's one of those people that you feel like you've known a long time. Oh, they just met him, right? What are you looking for in terms of a coach, in terms of a team member? I'm not talking about the cheer team. I'm talking about the people, the administrators, the Amandas of the world and the Andreas of the. What are you looking for personally?
You need to get somebody that's going to understand what you're doing. Okay, so if you walk in there and you're like, I expect them to be here, throw that out of the window. Your expectations, you want them here. You need to drop them up to right here, because at some point they're gonna get here, but it's not gonna get to where in that moment of the deadline that you're setting me to, And that's what we are fortunate enough to have with Amanda, is that Amanda understands that her expectations for everybody else is right here, but she knows that we are gonna get there and we'll build. And that's what's so awesome about her, is that she knows what we've got, what we're doing, how we need to go the extra mile and a half, not even the mile and a half to get there.
Right.
And that's what you need to have. Along with that, you need to have heart. You need to have understandingness, patience. Patience is a key, because especially if you're going to be working with our athletes specifically, you need to have patience. Like, you can't walk in there like, all right, girls, let's do it. It ain't gonna work like that. Like, they're gonna look at you like
do what?
Do what? Like,
when you get ready to go in, we're practicing today. We got this thing, and what do you tell yourself when you're going in to your days of practice, to your days of working with your athletes?
So I think of a teacher. I mean, I'm a teacher. I do that every day.
Yes.
We all have bad days. We're all humans. But just like I do in my classroom, as soon as I get to that door to scan in, to walk myself into it, turn it off.
Yep.
At the end of the day, my kids, my tunnel vision is my kids. I got to make sure that they're happy, they're healthy, and they know that I'm happy and healthy. Whether there's something going bad in my life, whether I'm not in the mood, I'm exhausted, I'm running on no coffee, I came in with a rock star, I'm tired,
Agreed.
But you gotta learn to separate your personal life from your teacher life. And it doesn't matter, teacher, coach, you have to separate that.
Right.
I walk into that gym and I'm looking and I'm like, hair's all crazy, I'm like, I just got out of the car, took off a hat, turn that key. As soon as I turn that key and I pump that thing and I hear them like, he's opening the door. Like they get so excited. I'm like, yeah, that's it.
That's
I'll
it.
turn it off. Let's do this. I open that thing. I'm like, good morning, girls. And they're ready. Like you got to have that energy that gets them going.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think that is important. The you know, no matter what you're doing, good morning.
Yes.
How's everybody? It's
Yes, and it doesn't matter.
It just doesn't
Yes.
matter, right? Where do you see yourself, Andrea, on this journey? I mean, you incredible experience in terms of the special ed stuff. I mean, you could do. I can imagine the doors that would open for you. But what are you envisioning for yourself as it relates to your personal journey through the special education, but also the team, El Paso Threat? What do you see for yourself?
I think I would want to make the team pop out more. I would want to be like the word of mouth, like even if it's on FitFam, like
For sure.
just the exposure,
Attention. Yes.
the exposure that these kids need, because the special education world is hidden. Not hidden, but it's not as known as we would want it to be known. And so I would want our team to be an inspiration to all the other teams, all the other cheer teams, to make the same thing, and so we can have like a little bit of competition in that special education world.
Yeah, no, that's and like iron sharpens iron, right? Yes. You just get around people that are like you, and the ideas come, and the flow happens, and so forth. When you're starting, to go in, walk in these doors, and work with these athletes, what are you telling yourself? What do you need to think about when you're going in? I mean, all of us want to be professionals, right? That's what we were taught. What are you thinking about as you go in and working with your athletes?
It's kind of like I fill myself up with the gas that I need, the energy that I need.
Yeah.
Because like Jacob said, I have to throw all of my personal thoughts, personal life outside the window, focus all on them, because they deserve all of my energy, because they're excited to go every morning. And so I have to be just as excited to see them and to work with them and to see how much more they can progress from the skills and the routine that we've been working on with them and all of that.
Jacob, when you guys get to a certain point, I don't know, you've done this tumbling and you feel like, there's something else to introduce. How long do you sit on that information before do you consult? Let me talk to Amanda, let me talk to Andrea. I think we're ready to move to another level. What does that look like?
So lucky for me, Amanda has given me that. If you see it, go ahead. Like I'm very fortunate enough, like I said, Amanda's very flexible with that. Like she's like, she knows, especially with cheer abilities, because like I said, we set our standards, but it's like, we're gonna get there. Amanda doesn't have me on a specific deadline where it's like, I want them here, I want them there. But it's like, I know that's in the back of all of our minds. Hey, it would be nice if we started doing this, doing that. Like she'll throw it out to me like, hey, what do you think about this, about that? Or Drea or me, But like I said, she gives us that flexibility where it's like, she understands what we have to build up to, And I think having that is great because yes, we have that vision of what we do, but you gotta have to work with what our athletes are gonna do. Because there's some days where they come in and they're like, we're ready to work. By 9:30 they're like, oh my God, yes. I have like 3 that they get so exhausted, pobrecitas. But they push themselves. But it's like, you gotta see where the kids are to push them. Like I have kiddos at different levels right now. Some of them are still doing forward rolls. I have 2 that are doing a cartwheel. I have one that's trying to do a handstand, and you don't know. And it's like that with all of our teams. They're not all at the same level, but with cheer abilities, we have that flexibility to be able to build to where we need to get to with them. So that's the awesome thing.
You can meet them where they're at.
Yes, exactly. And like I said, Amanda's really awesome about that flexibility with us, because if she had us on a deadline, we'd be dying. But she's awesome.
And to know it's okay.
Yes.
Right? The day wasn't the perfect thing of this. It's all good.
Yes.
We're here, we're present, we're going to do the best that we can, bring our A game.
If nobody left crying, it was a good day.
Exactly. The work that you've been doing with the cheer abilities team, with El Paso Threat, I think what you said is important, Andrea. Like my if I could, man, I just would be echoing this, what you're doing all over the world, because I think it is so important. And I'm talking from an outsider, right? The things that there's I don't know, a certain feel when you see people doing beautiful things in the community. You're excited because it's it's our community that's being built. When you're with your athletes on an average day, do you have things that you know that are going to work, like in terms of saying things? I know you mentioned, you may have at any given time some nonverbal students. What is the best way in what you found to communicate with your athletes? The kindness, the spirit of love that's in there, the safety that's in there. How do you communicate that?
I think it's the tone that we talk with them. Like if one little girl, like if she's just tired, she goes to a little corner, and so I'll go with her and I'll talk to her, and it's like, and if she's just like nodding her head no, or not like wanting to verbalize everything, like I'll give her a space and then to go check up on her. I think it's just the tone of how you talk to her and show her that, or show all the other girls that you care and that you're there, and if you want to do this skill and we'll only work on this skill, then that's what we'll do. Or if you want to progress from that skill, that's what we'll do, and we'll do anything we can to help you move on and keep going. I think it's just, again, showing the energy that you're there for them and them only, and how we can help them and how we can help them grow for this sport.
And like a human too, right? I mean, you're kind of multitasking, right? It's these skills and the cartwheels, but also it's this human growth that is the beauty of your athletes and so forth. When you're looking at planning something, Jacob, how does it work out? So we were talking to Amanda earlier about some of these competitions, the big one, right? How do you sit and sort of plan for that? Because I can imagine just with teaching, there's always, there's these expectations, there's the objectives, there's the things we need to cover, but there's life.
Yes.
Right? So there's this intersection of, we had this, but we got this huge thing to do, but we may have to do it in baby steps. So this event that you guys have planned, events, how do you frame it in terms of the preparation? How do you prepare for that? I'm just making this up. Let's say I have an event October. I think you do have an event.
Yes, the 25th.
Yeah, the 25th. I have this event. This is what I envision. How do you prepare the athletes for something like that? Because you got to talk to them mentally. So there's going to be this thing. Blah blah blah.
Yes. So pretty much it's like scaffolding. I mean, you gotta build up, to get to the top of that building. So what we're doing typically, we gotta let them know. Like, you can't just be like, oh, okay, by the way, like, all right, parents, their parents are gonna tell them, So I actually, when we told them about our event that we're gonna be having this 25th, we let them know first, and then I went around and I told their parents. So it's like, they knew first, so because they hold their parents so accountable. It's funny.
Oh, I can imagine.
But so basically with the plan, so you gotta build. Like for the Chihuahuas, we did 4 8 counts, I believe. So now we're building on the same 4 8 counts, cleaning it. But see, you have to build. You can't just, all right, cool, we did that, scratch that, let's do something new.
Something new.
Because especially with the amount of time that we had, we told them 2 weeks ago that it's happening in a month,
Right.
That's 4 weeks. I see them 4 times till then. And honestly, it's 3 because the 4th week is the day that I see them for that, So it's like I have 3 practices. We just got to build from there. So like 1 week we'll add another 8 count, or we'll fix something. It's like wherever I see that they're going, or wherever Coach Drea sees that we're going, we kind of, the cool thing about her and I is like, we just look at each other and we're like, we just go like that. No, we like make a face like that, and we know what we're telling each other. Like, I know it's weird, but we get it, And it's then like, I'll look at her and I'm like, and she knows like, all right,
that in our lives.
Scratch that.
Yeah.
So like, we'll take something out, we'll try something new, like see if it fits, see if it sticks.
I love that flexibility.
You have to have that.
Right?
You have to have that connection with your partner. Like if you don't have that, you're not gonna build. Like you're really not. And that's the cool thing about me and Drea coaching these girls together, is that we have that connection, and then it's like, just throw it onto them, and they kind of build on what we're doing. So that's how we do it. We have to plan. I mean, we plan, but it's like, you can't just plan. It's more of a jump in there cold turkey and see what we're gonna get, because sometimes they cooperate, sometimes it's like they can't. So a lot of them, like what we thought when we planned, we're like, oh, we'll give them 2 8 counts to get up and down. Unfortunately, they struggle to go up and down because like they don't have, one of them doesn't have a good knee or something, They unfortunately don't have that coordination to get up quickly. So what we planned, you got to edit it. So that's our tell you, scaffolding, modifying it to what's best. That's the best way that we can plan. I can have a concrete definition of what we think, but it doesn't work.
Last minute boom.
Yes, last minute boom is what's got to come through.
Exactly. Tell us about your October 25th event. Tell us where the location is of the gym. Tell us the times of the practices, the little details. Please,
So
if you don't mind.
we practice 9 to 10 in the morning on every Saturday. Where's the?
So the gym
It's
is at 68.
the gym, sorry.
The gym is at 6800 right here, East Commerce,
Okay.
8D. That'll be more me.
And we'll give those details for
Yes,
sure.
yes.
And then our performance will be held at Mesita Elementary School. It's an El Paso Independent School. It's right off of Stanton Street.
Mesa,
Can't remember the address right now, but it's right between Mesa and Stanton, right there by the Dutch Bros. So it's their fall carnival. So they do this carnival every year where every class has a booth. So my sister's in five something. We're doing our 360, so that'll be our booth. So we'll have the photo booth there. But they also have where during that they have different groups come out. So the El Paso High School band will be there at 1 o'clock. I'm like, and I know that because my mom got that there. So exciting about that because, alma mater. And then we'll be performing at 2:15 that day.
Okay.
We just
In
got
the
the
gym?
confirmation.
Are
No,
sure- are they
ma'am.
gonna be out?
They'll be on a stage.
On the stage.
Yes.
Awesome.
So they'll be outside because since it's a fall carnival, they do it outside. It'll be where the blacktop is. You can't miss it. It's a
No,
big
I've
old
seen it.
stage and it's right there and they'll be up there. So we'll actually not just be doing cheer abilities. It'll be cheer abilities. We're prep teams. So we have 2 prep teams. We have one that's Maleficent. That's our little baby. So they're 4 to 6 years old, 4 to 7, depending on their birthday. And then we have our Poison Ivy team, which that's our older prep team. And those little girls also range from the age of, I believe it's 6 to 12.
Awesome.
So we'll have them there as well. So we'll
what
have
a
our
big
3
day.
teams there. So
This is a big
it's
day.
awesome. Yes.
Yeah. So 2:15,
Yes,
October 25th.
yes, ma'am.
Mesita Elementary. I want to hear. I meant to ask this, and then I got caught up, got excited. Tell me about the uniforms. How did was it a certain style, color? How did that come to be? The uniforms. What do you guys cheer? What are the cheerleaders wearing? What do the colors look like? Is it El Paso Threat? What does that?
Yeah,
like?
so it's gonna have like El Paso Threat, and then our colors used to be purple and blue, and now it's yellow and
Yeah, it's neon yellow and
neon
black.
yellow and black. Yes.
So
And then with ours, we kind of modify it to their comfort, like if they like a certain fabric or if they like it. Because I know one of them, they have to like, what is the thing?
yeah, the
She
little,
has to like
yes,
have
she
like
has
a
to have it loose and it
Oh,
has to
okay.
be clipped.
Yes.
So fortunately enough, Amanda's awesome.
handle
Okay,
that,
like I'm
yes.
never gonna stop praising Amanda. Amanda found somebody who does uniforms, not just for general ed,
Or, like,
but they
adaptive.
specifically
Yes.
specialize as well in in people with disabilities because the
wonderful.
fabric, the sensory, the tag, it's too tight here. That bothers them,
Yes.
you know. And this man came. Actually, we had our fittings on Saturday, and he was like looking. Hey, what don't they like? What do they like? He was moving this and that. Moved a tag here, tag there. He kind of got a feel for them. So this man modified the uniform to what it's gonna be. I'm like it's beautiful. I'm like if you saw the uniform, you'd love it. You'll see it soon.
Yes.
But I'm like, it's still like a hidden, you know. But it's beautiful, and like he edited it perfectly to what that athlete specifically can deal with. You know.
yet an additional
Yes.
detail you need to think about.
Exactly,
right?
and you have to think about that little
The
detail.
very
And
little details.
Amanda was awesome. Amanda was like, okay, we got to get our uniforms, but we need to get our uniforms to where who's gonna help us with that. And that lucky for us, our uniform guy was able to do that.
Oh my gosh. Well, no, thank you to the uniform person.
And the uniform person, too.
Yes,
He's
we're
amazing.
grateful for
Yes.
for your work.
Charles, Mr. Charles.
Mr. Charles,
Yes.
thank you, Mr. Charles, for the work you're doing with the community and the attention that you're paying to the details that actually do matter. So let me ask you, Andrea, what would you advise a younger Andrea in your life?
I would tell her to trust the path and to trust the timing and to keep going. Because like a lot of my time, like I was supposed to graduate like several years ago. And so, but now noticing all the times that I've done in college and what I've done in college, and now I'm a part of a coach. I'm a coach of, for these teams because of like just the journey that I've taken. It took me a really, really long time to accept the path that I'm in now. And now that I've accepted it, it's like eye-opening to realize like it happened for a reason.
I know. And there's a lot of times I don't want to feel like I'm in a regret zone, right? We only made a decision at that time with the information we had, right? And then we grew and, blah, blah, blah. So it just seems like you're in a good place doing great things. what could El Paso do to support you? I mean, I wish, like I said, I had this echo chamber that the world globally would actually, you know, what can El Paso do to support the team? Rocio was talking a little bit earlier to, I think we were off camera, about funding and so forth, but what could we do to help support what you're doing?
Just help us expose like the team and to spread the word and be patient with the process that we're doing, because they don't see what's going on behind closed doors, only like outside. And so once they see like everything like is going good, like they'll realize like it's all part of the process. And if people have that inspiration to do it for their little girls or little boys, like maybe they'll see like, okay, like it's possible.
Yeah, that's. I think that when I saw Jacob and Amanda on TV, and they were talking about, you know, this space and this special environment. I mean, it felt so welcoming. It really. Now I'm just viewer. I'm a viewer on TV, right? Yes. I'm feeling that this is a welcoming environment. This is a place where you feel safe to leave your child, where they're growing, right? I'm a parent of a 20-year-old. I mean, the growth, you know, you feel it. You want that for everybody to feel that growth. So as we leave today, Jacob, is there anything we're missing? What do we need to think about as it relates to what you guys are doing as a whole? I know we're focusing on October 25th. We will have those details for you. We'll have the contact information for all the coaches and so forth. Anything we need to add? Anything I'm missing? Anything you think is important as we leave today? And thank you both so much.
Everything.
Yeah, we
did.
did.
This place is just full of love. I know that there's a lot of controversy right now going around with our cheer community in general. But I would love, I know everybody knows that, but I would love for everybody to know that EP Threat, we love our athletes. We provide a safe environment, and at the end of the day, we're all here for the same thing. And it's for the love of any child that walks through our doors. So on behalf of EP Threat and myself, I'd like to thank you for having us. Thank you.
Well, we're the blessed ones on this end. Believe me, you know, I'm a person that believes there's no coincidences. So there's a reason you're here, that we met. And if Rocio and I can do anything to support, and I truly mean it, anything to support what you're doing, you let us know. So on behalf of EPCC Talks, I want to thank you again for tuning in. Thank you for listening. Thank you for paying attention. And please, at the end of this, when our credits are running, you'll have some information for all the coaches. Reach out to them, tell them, you know, that you're supporting them. We'd love to see this grow, and I'm just not saying grow in this city, grow nationally, globally. This is important work. So thank you on behalf of myself and Professor Carrillo on today. Thank you so much.